give yourself, oh, give yourself grace, right? A lot of times in our business, we get really caught up in the no's. We get really caught up in just those like things that kind of set us back. And so this morning, I just want you, whether you're brand new, whether you have been in for a few weeks, whether you've been in for a few months, really just tune in and take what you need from this Zoom, right? All of us are in different spaces in our business. And I just want to, today will be full of a lot of nuggets. And like I said, it's one of those things where you just take information where you need it. So really just excited to be here this morning with you, James, on this wonderful Saturday morning.
It's going to be so much fun. Absolutely. And thanks everybody for your time. You're going to learn a lot, but I'm going to promise you, you will have fun. Where are party people at? Give me a wave or put a 5 in the comments. And I just want to let you know that just like what Ashley said, we are all still honestly figuring this out. And some of us here, you are superstars. You've sold hundreds and hundreds of boxes of drops. Some of you, you just sold through your first 10 perhaps. Some of you maybe got like 1. Some of you, you've been posting from the boards and you're waiting for your first bites. Some of you are waiting for your product to still come in. And no matter where you are, no one is behind, because Ashley, we were chatting yesterday and I couldn't believe how fast things have changed, because guys, it was like what? So when was PV? Was that May? When was that?
When was what?
Puerto Rico. I think we're in, was it Puerto Rico? Where were we together? Was that PV? We were together? Like,
no, that was Costa Rica. We were in Costa Rica.
That's right. When was that? I'm like so bad with timelines.
Last June. So a year and a half ago. Yes.
Okay, guys. So let me tell you this. If you at all feel like, man, am I behind or anything like that? It was only around a year and a half ago, me and Ashley Paulsen, we were out in Costa Rica. Sorry, I'm getting my nations mixed up. And to be honest, like we were going through tough times. We were on that bus together and it was a fun trip, but we were like huddled and we're like, all right, where are things going to go from there? And not only a year and a half later, business has been booming. Like Ashton, just thank you for creating the boards and everything. We're definitely going to chat about that today. It doesn't take a long time if you know the right details and you're focusing and do it over the course of time to change everything around. But Ashley, if you don't mind me asking, I just love to ask you, since you started implementing this system, what's happened in not just your business, but also your people's businesses in just this last like 6 months or a year?
Yeah, it's really been game changing. I was talking to a lady who's been in my business for about 8 years. And, you know, when I first started my business, we were exploding. It was exciting. We were sharing, you know, and everything in life has its ups and it has its downs, whether it's your business, whether it's relationships, whether it's your career, everything in life has its ups and downs. And so it's one of those things where implementing this system, I've had people who have been in my business for 5 years, literally 5 years. And they're like, what's going on? I see everyone posting about these drops. I see, you know, it's blowing up my social media. And I'm like, you're missing out on helping people, but you're also missing out on extra income. This system with boards that we've created, right? I did create the System of Growth board, but there's been a lot of people who have added to this. David Daughtry with the scripts, Dr. Crystal, right? There's been a lot of different people who have had a lot of input. I love being on the computer, so I'm always consistently updating it, right? So we're going to go over boards today, but literally people in my business for the last 5 years have came back and have been watching and they're like, what's going on? And I'm like, just go do this one post. Literally, they're not even doing the social launch yet. I'm like, just go do this one post. And I'm like, you use the scripts when people write you, and they literally come back and they're like, this is stupid easy. Literally, I had a lady write, this is stupid easy. That's what she texted me. And I was like, it is stupid easy, but it works, right? And that's something that I just want to share with you today. Not only is it easy, but like really just zoning in and using the boards exactly how it is, not changing anything. And really just sticking to the system, because the system is what works and the system is what's going to duplicate you.
This is huge, guys. And I'd love to know, by the way, how many boxes have you sold in the comments? And not a comparison thing, but we just want to know like where you're at with things, you know? So if you've sold X amount of boxes, let us know in the comments. Or maybe if you've even like started to post some boards, awesome. I see 40. It's not only 4, Sarah. That's amazing. Like Ashley, think about when we first got started in business, how hard was it to get 4 customers?
Yes.
It's like it's
And
really tough.
I think the biggest thing with that too is there's been a point in time where all of us have sold 4, right? We start with 1. I think that's the biggest thing when we do this is it's like it's amazing because all of us come together, but it's like it starts with 1 box. The system starts with 1, right? And so it doesn't matter if you sold 1 or 100 or 1,000, the system works the exact same. And I think that's something to always remember because it's not something like you never compare, right? It's we're all at different journeys within our business. We're all at different spaces. We all have different teams. So it doesn't matter if it's just 1 or 100 or 1,000. It's all the same. We're all doing the same exact thing, and that's what's important.
Absolutely. You never know when that one box goes to a Robin Perone, who then ends up selling 700 boxes and then duplicates a big team and earns $100,000 in her first 6 months in her business. So that one can turn into a lot. So this is what we're going to do is I want to give you guys an overhead first and a little bit of comp plan training. And who here would like to know how to use this system and how to scale it to a 6-figure income? Right? Give me a wave or put a yes in the comments if that sounds cool. So you can get this understanding. And then I'm going to bring in Ashley, who is like the board's like extraordinaire. And thank you so much, sis. Oh my gosh, like that stuff is intense. I'm not that technical savvy. I love that you did that. And then after that, we're going to hammer through a bunch of questions and we're going to do as much as possible. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here. Let me know if you guys can see this. And I'm going to do my best to have not chicken scratch and not be embarrassed by my handwriting. All right. So, all right. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen right now, this white screen. All right. So this is how we're going to go from getting started to something bigger. We all start with 1, as Ashley said, and that starts with you. So use the drops, experience that. And as you know, one thing that's popular is we tell people, get a 10-pack of drops. And the 10-pack of drops is around 500 PV. Okay. Pop quiz. When it comes to business levels, if you have 500 PV in your own account, what business level are you at? I want to see who gets that first. I'm curious. Put in the comments if you know what 500 PV actually means for you. Business. Exactly, Diane. Congratulations. All right. You're at a business level. What you then want to start to do is when you're applying the boards, you're starting to post twice a day, you're starting to give the message scripts, and you're starting to sell the drops. When you, of course, flip this around, when you sell your 10-pack using the boards, you're going to make at least $500 of retail profit. That's cash in hand. That is already profiting right there. I'm sure we could all use an extra $500 for this holiday season. But the magic is then to master using the scripts, we'll go through these later, on how to convert a customer to become a brand partner. This is really when the magic kicks in. In fact, if you've already converted a customer to a brand partner, put a 1 in the comments below, because that's the thing. I had to ask you, Ashley, yesterday, and thank you for your feedback on that. I'm like, to be honest, I'm not the best at converting customers to brand partners. So I want to learn from the best. Everyone that converted, by the way, take notes on these people. Go ask them. If you're struggling for whatever reason, just ask a question. So what's going to start to happen is you're going to start to build your team. So let's say you get your first person, and this person, we want to show them to do exactly what you just did. Let's say they also get the 10-pack as well. And that is around 500 points. So you know what's great here is you get paid when you are now sponsoring a new brand partner. It's called new volume bonus. And you get paid if you're at the business level. Question, how much % new volume bonus do you get paid? Does anyone know? If you're a business, how much % would you get paid? Let me change my color for this. Okay. 20%. Sarah, good job. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. All right. So if you are at a business level, then that's 20% of 500 points. And can anyone do some quick math? What's 20% of 500? It is $100. But Ashley, I think you're like me as well too. If you could have a way to actually get paid more for the same work, would that be okay with you?
Absolutely.
I'm lazy. I'd rather do it that way as well too. So you know what's cool? This is why it's super important that if you're starting to build your business, if you're not at what's called ultimate level, ultimate, by the way, put it in the comments if you know how many PV is ultimate. If you're not at ultimate, we're literally leaving money on the table, all right? So ultimate means that you do 1,500 PV, at least out here in the United States, in a lot of markets. Dubai is a little different. I know there's some other markets. Your South Africa is a little bit different, right? When you're at ultimate, this is the cool part. The same amount of PV that you just sponsored of 500, you now get paid 30%. So when you get paid 30%, guess what, Ashley? Instead of $100, you get paid 50% more in this situation. You got paid $150. And it's not just that one time, it's for the rest of your life. Any single time you get a new customer, any single time you get a new brand partner, you also get 30%. So guys, if you're not at ultimate, or if you have teammates that are not at ultimate, it is in your best interest to do whatever it takes to get them to ultimate. I just noticed this was not by a design. I'm using Christmas colors. It's a good time right now. So we got that going on. If you're at ultimate, by the way, put a U in the comments below. We'd love to be able to recognize with you guys. And that's a big deal. All right. Congratulations, everybody. And if you want to do that, talk to your homework, talk to your upline right now, talk to your mentor and be like, I need to go ultimate. What do I need to do? Strike up a plan and let's figure that out. All right. Every single person that wants to go ultimate, I've never seen someone fail that goal, by the way. All right. So that's step number one. But Ashley, it gets more exciting. What then starts to happen is, let's say you're sponsoring one person, and then you're going to start to convert more partners as well too. Well, your next one, our goal is to build 2 lines deep, 2 teams deep. We're going to show you how to get to this 6-figure income, right? So let's say you get this other person and they get a 10-pack, for example. You're starting to make more money. You're starting to build your team and you plug them into the boards. You have them start to post on social. You have them start to respond. They're going to make money. They're happy. You're going to make money. You're happy as well too. But the magic continues here. You then want to turn around and help them duplicate the process. Who here already has at least one brand partner enrolled with you? Put a 2 in the comments if that's the case. The big money earners, the big secret, if you want to turn this from just a small business where you're selling the drops, and you'll make good money that way. But if you want to scale this where you can travel the world with your family and you don't have to worry about it, where if you want to be able to just sit back and actually just take a vacation, how nice would it be if you're on vacation, Ashley? Let's say we're back in Costa Rica. It was like 5 days and company pays for these trips, by the way, guys, win these trips. How nice would it be if we could just be like, you know, I like it here. I'm just going to hang out here an extra month. Like, I'm not at your level yet, Ashley. So, you know, I got to work harder here. But, you know, that's what an Ashley Paulsen can do. That's what you can do when you turn around and you start helping them duplicate this system, help them get more customers, help them get more partners as well. And when you keep on scaling this down, there's a cap on these 2 teams. And you're going to get to this weird number here. It might not mean a lot to you, but when every week your organization does this 13,334 volume, Robin Perone did this with her and her team in 6 months, guys, starting from scratch, just starting as a customer. That is $2,000 a week. And with bonuses, that's usually around $10,000 a month. But where does it all start from? This starts from you getting started yourself, you using the product, you running the boards, you getting your first customers, you mastering how to convert them to a brand partner, and then scaling and duplicating that. Hey, if it doesn't take you 6 months to get to 10,000, who here would be cool if that took 5 years? part-time. 3 years part-time. There's going to be people on this line doing this in the next year, Ashley, and I'm super excited. And I bet they're the newest people that we haven't even heard about yet. So Ashley, any other questions on this, or do you think that kind of covers that?
No, I think that definitely covers it. And I think too, especially for people just starting out, you're just going to start with the 2 lines, right? And it's just going back and forth, going back and forth, as you enroll brand partners. And so it's just going back and forth until a line simply starts taking off, right? I think that like the biggest nugget that I want to give to you right now talking about this is you're going to find gold at some point, right? Like that's the most beneficial part about doing the system of growth and the drops is you're sorting through the stack, right? Not everyone's going to want to build. Not everyone's going to want to go and start taking off and doing social media and doing all the things. But you're going to want to start going back and forth between your lines until the line starts taking off. And then you're simply just going to focus on the 1 line, right? Because 1 line is your power line, line is your pay line. And so just kind of going back and forth with your business as you're using the system, but also as you're bringing new people onto your team.
Awesome. So love that, Ashley. Thanks for the pro tips. I love what Pipo or People, let me know how to pronounce your name, said. I'm going to be one of those top money earners. That's what you want to be able to do, you know? So congratulations on that. Kevin, when you help you duplicate, you make 15% of your lower line. It's called base commission. So take a look online. You can find a lot of comp plan stuff. But okay, so now we have the big idea. Hey, put a 10 in the comments if you can even imagine making a 6-figure income. Like that could even like drop into your brain, you know, like we want to expand the vision here today. Okay. So Ashley, now I need to know, I'm brand new and I'm like, I want to do that. How the heck do I do this thing? So can you walk me through some of these boards things that you're doing?
Yes, absolutely. So the biggest thing I want to do is I have the link to the boards that I've created. And I know a lot of people go out, they create their own, they do a lot of things. The biggest thing about this is like, I'm consistently updating this with everything we have. And so to have this board is really, really important. I'm going to walk through it. And then before we start Q&A, James actually did a post in Partner Code Nation yesterday and did a post about Q&A. So we're going to answer some of those today. But a lot of you have different boards. And so I created the system of growth. Like that system of growth, like I said, I'm always going in and updating it. As our company and as our teams and as everyone starts growing, I'm consistently updating this with what's working. Okay. So the way you grow is to stick to the system, and the system is boards. That's why it's called the system of growth. So I'm going to share my screen because I actually have updated a few different things in boards, and I just want to show you. Really just super simple, right? Here's a getting started thing. So as you onboard new people, this getting started document, Andrea Rosser, right? Like I said, we all pull different things from different people. I created this board, I keep it updated, but there's, like I said, a lot of people who give input to this. So getting started with Partner Co. How do you do it, right? There's a Telegram, there's all these different things, talks about the back office, setting up your subscription, setting up your direct deposit as a brand new person, starting the social media launch, that kind of stuff, right? So that's really, really good because that's how you can get started. So a lot of you, as we're bringing on new people using this system, boards, you automatically want to get them added to boards because that's our system, right? That's where they get plugged in. Not only just sharing for our business, but like that's where it plugs them into all the information. So the very first thing is the community pages, okay? So Telegram channels. I updated this not too long ago. The communication channel on Telegram, that's the one that Andrea and Brent do for all of our trainings, all of our Zooms, everything we basically have going on. The IPA call, this is for people who are serious about their business. We get on here, IPAs, if you don't know what they are, they're income producing activity. That is the only thing we talk about on this call. We're not talking about the person we've been talking to for 6 months. We've only talked to them if we've gotten them a box of drops or enrolled them in the business, right? Like that IPA call is very, very business focused. but everyone's coming on here and sharing the nuggets of what's working. And so Monday through Friday, I'm Mountain Time, so I'm just going to tell you it's 8:15. It's right after Coach's Corner. I get on Coach's Corner for 15 minutes. I start positivity with my day with Andrea and Brent, and then I go right into business to start my day, right? Sometimes we just need to get focused. So that call lasts about a half hour. We're really pretty focused on just sticking it to a half hour, but we really just focus on those income producing activities and what's working for people. So I highly encourage you to get on that call. The Partner Co boosting group is also in Telegram. That group is nice because when you go into post your social media posts, it's nice for your family and friends to go on and see a post that has 10 comments, not one, right? They're going to be a little bit more interested if we've had more comments on it. So that Partner Co posting group, there's a Telegram. Once you do a social media post, you're going to copy the link of your post and post it in that group. But also what you're going to do in that group is comment on other people's posts, right? We're supporting one another. It's a boosting group. We're boosting the algorithm on social media on your posts. So if you're doing social media posts, make sure you copy the link of your post and put it in that group. So that's the Telegram channels. There's Partner Co Nation on Facebook, obviously the Partner Co corporate website, the corporate Facebook page, Circle of Health. I want to talk a little bit about Circle of Health too. I'm an admin of this group and it's amazing. We grow this group about 100 people a day. Okay. 100 people a day within our company. Circle of Health is a community of people where every single time they buy a box of drops from you, when you're using your system, you plug them into Circle of Health. Circle of Health is only customers. It's only people on drops. We do not talk business. We do not say brand partners. We do not say prospects. It's literally a customer-based group. So I just want to say that today. It's a very busy group. Help all of us admins wherever you can when you see questions. If you can give your input, but also remember in this group, there's people in different stages of their journey, right? There's people who just started on their box of drops. They don't want to go and read a bunch of labels. Okay. So there's people who are just starting the box of drops. The box of drops is simple. You take them 3 times a day with the approved foods list. That's literally the easiest thing I can say for the newest person. In that group, right, there's a lot of different people with input though. There's a lot of there's fat burning stage, there's maintenance phase, right? There's a lot of different things with the drops. So that group is really, really beneficial. Yes, Melissa, sometimes people get a little bit negative in there and it's like, I mean, just have your input and give each other grace a little bit, right? Like I said, there could be someone in there just starting on the box of drops. So really be mindful in there, be encouraging, post your results, post your people's results. But that group is specifically for customers only, no business talk. And that link is in here as well. Another thing with that group, real quick before I change lanes, is at the top of the group under featured, right pinned at the top under the featured section, there's a video of Crystal, Dr. Crystal Vance, who talks about the drops. So every time I add someone to this group, I tag them on that video because they're going to learn more about the drops. They're going to learn how to take them and they're going to hear from Dr. Crystal. I'm not a doctor and you don't have to be a doctor, but it's very informational. There's also an FAQ that I just posted last week up there. So people can go in if they have questions about the drops, they can go in and read the FAQs. There's also a 100-page recipe cookbook that I created and pinned it to the top. So as people are on drops, I always go in, I plug them into Circle of Health and I tag them on those 3 things. The rest of the group, they can go in and find their answers, right? So really just the community pages, getting plugged in, weekly events. I'm not going to go super into this, but weekly events, there's that morning IPA call. All of our calls are in here that we have. So if you are one of those who are like, I don't know what the Zoom number is, I have to go write Anthony Moreland, I have to go into all these different things to find it, like to find the Zoom link. They're all right here in boards. Okay. So you can go into your board, you can click on it, you can click on the link, and it'll put you right into the Zoom. Okay. So the IPA call, the Making Monday, that opportunity call that they have, there's the link. But this is nice that you can send to people as well, as you're inviting or as your new team members, that kind of stuff. So all of the Zooms that we have, there's the corporate call, Wednesday wisdom, Saturday morning training. We're on this call, right? And I'm going to go a little bit fast because I want to make sure that we get to all the Q&As that people have asked, but all of that information is there is in there. Slenderized system of growth. All of this is basically the system to run with a box of drops. I started selling 4-packs every week. I started selling the Lifeboat 4-packs. I set myself a goal to sell a 10-pack every single week. Why? Because I retail profit in my pocket $500. But if I use a system with that new volume bonus, you get about $150 bonus when you purchase a 10-pack, put it under your newest brand partner within their first 28 days. You make $150 if you're ultimate. So that's why James, when he went into that, make sure you're ultimate. If you're not, definitely reach out and let's get you to ultimate, because it's really, really important. When I purchase a 10-pack every single week, I put that under my newest brand partner and I give them that volume. When you go to checkout, there's that very first question. It's the very first question when you go to checkout. It says, who gets the credit for this order? Myself, a new customer, or a brand partner in my downline. If you have a brand partner within your downline, in their first 28 weeks, I put their ID number in there and I process my order. What does that do? It helps them get to ultimate because they're brand new. So my 10-pack is 500 in volume. I'm giving them that volume to go towards ultimate, but I'm also making team lead bonus on my order, and I make $150 off my own order, right? So there's two beneficial things with that. You're helping them to go to ultimate. You're making $150 if you're ultimate, you're making that $150. So getting everyone plugged into this, starting them, right? They're going to get in here. They're going to get plugged into the system. They're going to get plugged into where they can see the weekly events. But also they're going to see the social media launch. And I highly encourage you to do the social media launch. But tech scripts. I had my cousin, when we were in Orlando for the corporate event, I had my cousin reach out to me and she's like, what are these drops you keep posting about? Literally said that. I did not, I just wrote her back and I said, hey girl, hope you and the family are well. I sent her script 1. She's my cousin. I didn't go into a big whole spiel. I didn't make it complicated. Oh my gosh, I've lost 42 pounds. I feel great. You should try them. They're incredible. I literally sent her script 1 and she's my cousin. She's known me my entire life. Sticking to the system and sticking to the tech scripts are so, so important. Because when you go to train your newest people, I say this every time I onboard a person and I plug them into boards and I'm training. I said, here are the tech scripts. They look familiar because I used them on you. I used them on you. They know it works because I used them on them, right? So the tech scripts are important because I had a party, I had an event Thursday night at my home and Dr. Crystal was here. And Valerie Hine, I love you. Thank you so much for coming. But I had an event here and literally a lady who had been on the box of drops for a month came here because she wanted to purchase another box of drops. I do not want to give her another box of drops. I want to convert her so Partner Co can start sending her a box of drops. Okay. That's why the tech scripts, that's why the tech scripts are so important, because you're starting a person with a box of drops, but you're moving them along. Okay. What are the drops? So it sends what are the drops? I buy them in bulk to save people money. 98% of people write me back. They're like, interesting. How much are they? Now I send script 2. What's the price? Right? So sticking to the system I cannot even tell you, and I wish I literally would have, maybe I'll start counting, but I cannot even tell you how many people I've sold a box of drops to just using these 2 scripts. What are the drops? What is the price? I sold 3 boxes yesterday using these 2 scripts with people. How long do they last? I send them the script. Do they interfere with medications? I send them the script, right? Stick to the scripts and keep it simple, because that person is going to do exactly what you do when you convert them over to the system. Okay. After they purchase, get them plugged into Circle of Health. Week 2, there's a follow-up message. So you're following up with those people. When you sell someone a box of drops, that is your customer. You need to provide customer support. How's it going? What can I help with? Do you have any questions? Right? This is your business. Run it like a business. But also, don't just sell a box of drops to sell a box of drops. Week 3 or the first win. This is a huge question that we got yesterday. In the partner donation that James had posted. So there's a few different ways that you can go about this. And I actually talked to James a little bit yesterday about this. Mm-hmm. The very first time they have a win, or week 3 when they're needing another box of drops because they're probably running low. And if they're having results, they're going to want another box of drops. This conversion script, send it. Send it. Get out of your own way and send it. Sometimes we're so afraid to share this script, and this is where you convert from a box of drops. A happy customer converts to a brand partner every time. A happy drop customer converts to a brand partner every time. Send this script. I have 3 people enrolling this weekend that came to my party on Thursday. 3 people. Because I use this conversion script and I put the opportunity in front of them. I put the opportunity in front of them. Okay. There's a way to get your next box at my cost to save you money, or possibly even for free. Would you prefer to jump on a 10-minute call or watch a quick video where you can learn more? What am I sending if they want a video? A lot of people do not have time to get on a call. Some people do. It's great. You can have that one-on-one time. Some people do not have time for that. So they're like, oh, perfect. Send me that quick video. Go back, right? We're in the text scripts. You're going to go back here. The video you're going to send is Business of Health. If you have not seen this video, go in and watch this video. Crystal goes on. The very first thing she says, you started with a box of drops from your friend, right? She does all the work for you to convert. Use this video if they ask for a video, okay? And really just simply keeping it to that. I've talked to my team a little bit this week, but I also talked to James yesterday when we were talking about this call. And there's someone who just said, what if they don't respond? What if they don't respond? What do you do? Not everyone is going to respond. Okay? When you go to convert them, and I'll stop sharing real quick. I just want to have real talk, because we get so caught up in, once we sell a box of drops, we sometimes in our heads, we're like, that box of drops, they're going to go build a huge, massive business in my team. Is that what we want? Yes, because we don't know where their network leads to. But there's 3 ways. Once you sell that person a box of drops, when they need another box, there's 3 ways they can get started. And you have to be okay with whatever of those 3 ways that they choose. They can watch that video, and if they're like, nope, I'm not interested, I want my other box from you. Perfect, Bob. Perfect, Dr. Bob. I want my box from you. You're going to send me another box because they're having results on that box of drops. Right? If they just want to purchase it from you after they watch that video, but put that video in front of them, because you don't know what they need. If they continue to want a box of drops from you, continue to ship them to them. After they watch that video, the second option is paying the $30 and just getting them from 30% discount. All I want to do, Dr. Bob, I just want a 30% discount on this box of drops. That's it. I don't want to share. I just want a discount. You have to be okay with that. Now that's volume coming through your business because that person is getting their box of drops from the company and not from you. But they're coming through they're coming through your business, so you're earning commissions on them. The third option, they pay the $30, they get their 30% off like we do, but then they start doing their social media launch. They do want to share it for extra income because life's expensive. Okay. Like we're paying $5 a gallon for a diesel right now in Colorado. I don't know where you're at, but I'm like, life's expensive. I don't care who you are. I don't care what career you're in. I don't care how big your partner co-business is. Life is expensive, not just for you, but also for the people that you're giving these boxes to. That's why I say use the conversion scripts, because you don't know what they're looking for. But you also have to be okay if they just want to purchase the box of drops from you and you have to ship it every month. You also have to be okay if they go to the website and they only want a discount. They don't want to build a business. And you also have to be okay if they do want to build the business, right? I know you've heard this on trainings before if you've been involved in our company. Marry the process, divorce the outcome. Marry the process, divorce the outcome. Marry the system, marry the boards app. Marry the system, marry the process, divorce the outcome. We get so caught up when someone doesn't want to automatically go in and start building the business after they've done their box of drops for 30 days. Not everyone's going to want to do that. So give yourself grace, but you have to be okay with whatever of those three options you choose. Okay. That was a lot of the Q&As yesterday. It's like, what if people don't want to do this? What if they don't want to go in here? You have to be okay with that. Take the pressure off of yourself, right? We always think it's like a box of drops. A happy customer will upgrade to a brand partner if they want to. But a happy drop customer will continue their drops, right? So you have to be okay with all three of those options and take the pressure off of yourself. Not everyone is going to want to go in and build a business. But if you put that there for them to see with that business of health video, they might upgrade and start doing the social media launch. If they don't want to, hey, I know you're having results with the drops. Will you do a host a post? That's in the system of growth. That's in boards, in the Slenderize folder. A host a post is nice because even if they don't want to share and build a business, they can refer people to you, right? So use the tools that we have in boards. Just simply do a host a post. Will you do a referral post? I'll go on and answer all the questions for people, right? That whole thing is in boards. So I really just wanted, and I'm just speaking from my heart right now because we get so caught up in that. We get so caught up in the, why doesn't everyone want to upgrade? Why doesn't everyone want to share? Why doesn't everyone want to go build a big, massive business? Not everyone's going to want to do that. But you're going to find people who do. So you need to sort through your stack of cards to find an ace. And your stack of cards begins with a 10-pack every week that you're sharing with people. That's what your stack of cards are. Your 10-pack every single week because you want to make $700 profit every single week. Your stack of cards is that 10-pack that you're sharing. Set yourself a goal. Like I said, I started with a lifeboat. I started with selling 4 boxes a week. I sell 10. I literally cannot even keep them in stock. It's a process. Keep posting, keep being consistent, keep using the scripts, right? I totally just went off on a tangent after I went off on boards, but just take the pressure off of yourself and give yourself grace, because sometimes people just want to use the drops and that's okay. You have to be okay with that. Sometimes they just want the 30% discount like you get. You have to be okay with that. Sometimes they do want to build and share and earn extra income. You have to be okay with that. Plug them into the boards and get them started. So that's it, James.
I got a
now
question
we can do Q&A.
Yeah, I got a question I saw in the chat. I think it's really good. And by the way, put your favorite emoji in the comments if you loved everything that Ashley just dropped there. Like, I just want to give you a standing ovation. I know I'm not at the screen. Putting everything. So I just so we have some expectations, right? Numbers, they tell the whole story, and it's important to kind of understand, is there a general ratio you see for, okay, let's say you get 10 customers on the drops. How many of them are you seeing reorder as just a customer? How many of them actually convert to a brand partner? How many of them actually start sharing as a brand partner? Like, do you have a general idea of what that might look like for you or those you're working with?
I'd say everyone's different, right? I think the biggest thing is like we only sometimes in our minds think that we're the only ones going through it. I have people I sell boxes of drops to, and I reach out to them in 2 weeks, and they're like, "Oh, I haven't even started them." What? Like, you got them 2 weeks ago, right? We all go through this process, and so um, every situation is going to be different. I would say probably at least one person out of my 10 pack always upgrades to a brand partner. I can tell because I typically have 3 or 4 brand partners who enter literally within the same week. But I'm also following up. I'm seeing how they're doing. I'm seeing if they have questions. I'm tagging them in Circle of Health on questions that can help them. I don't really typically ever sell second boxes to people. I really don't. That business of health video converts probably, I would say 97, 98% of my people. I send them that video.
Dang.
I've literally had people and I'm like, do you have any questions? Nope, it makes sense. Where do I enroll? I send them my link, they enroll, they get a 4-pack. Is it that simple every time? No. Everyone's going to be different. Right?
Wow.
I hardly ever, I maybe can think of 4 people that I've sold a second box to. That's it.
Wow.
But not everyone orders a second box or wants another box too, and you have to be okay with that too, right? Not everyone's going to want to continue on the drops. Not everyone's going to want to do all the things. And so marry the process, divorce the outcome.
So if you don't mind me asking, Ashley, personally now, how many boxes have you sold?
So I started really consistently using boards, using the scripts, doing social media posts. I always do attraction marketing. If you go on my page, I do not say partner co. I do not say slenderize. Like, I use attraction marketing because I want them to come to me for questions. I don't want them to go on the website. I don't want them to go search on Google. I want them to come to me. So I never, and everyone builds different. Everyone prefers different stuff. If you go on my page, you do not know that I work for Partner Co. and you do not know that I'm selling sunrise drops, but I've sold over 200. You do not know what I do, but I've sold over 200 because I want people to come to me. But every time they come to me, I send them script 1. Hello, thanks for asking about the body balancing drops. Me personally, I always call them body balancing drops because they do more than get you skinny. Skinny drops is very like, it's flashy and it's great, but not everyone wants to get skinny. There's people who want to balance their hormones. There are people who want to stabilize their blood sugars. There are people who need help with digestion. There's people, right, who thyroid, like you go into the list of things that they do so much more than get you skinny. I always call them body balancing drops. Okay. Call them what you want. This is your business. Find something that works for you. Be consistent on social media, but find something that works for your audience. All of our audiences are going to be different. When we share before and afters, our audiences are going to be different. My audience is different than Diane's. I see you, Diane Maxwell. My audience is different than Daryl Peterson's. It's different than Lucy's, different than Sarah Ryan's, right? All of our audiences are different, but as you're posting on social media, find what's working, where people are reaching out to you the most from when you're posting those social medias, and do more of that. That's simply what I can say. My audience, I get a lot of people who buy drops when I'm like, I got my 10 pack in, I have 3 left. I list all the things that the body balancing drops do. My inbox messenger literally blows up.
Wow. Wow.
Like, find what works for you.
That's huge. And I ask these questions because it's good to have expectations. Because to be honest, I think a lot of us think, I'm not getting any brand partners. But you know, the real secret is first, you have a goal every week of selling 10. So it starts with you selling that. You need a big list and a pipeline. You said 200 people get drops, and you said only 4 of them bought a second one from you. So guys, I want you to, Ashley has set a standard. So, you know, when I'm taking notes, I'm like, I just want to do what she does. because I want the, hey, put a me in the comments if you want Ashley Paulsen's results. You know, like that's what I'm talking about. So I'm like, all right, if I'm getting, if I'm not doing this thing where it's like only 4 out of 200 are buying a second one, then I'm doing something wrong. You also then, to correct me if I'm wrong, out of 10 customers, 1 converts a partner. Is that around right?
Yeah. So 4 people I've only sold a second box to. Literally, I can probably like 4 people out of my 200, I've probably sold a second box to. Everyone else has either not gotten a box or I've converted to the website, whether they just want the discount or whether they're sharing.
And you're saying, so are you saying that out of 200, around 20 became a brand partner at some level? Mm-hmm. Is that what you're saying? Okay, cool. So guys, I hope you see this too. 10 to 1, which actually, if you know network marketing, that's like the normal ratio. If you look at any company, 10 customers to 1 partner. Because straight up, you know, I'm thinking as I'm going through this, I'm like, man, I'm not getting brand partners. Man, they're like not taking the drops. Man, no one wants to do this. Nobody wants to become a partner. The issue is, and I challenge everybody, are you selling at least 10 boxes? If you are you following the scripts? Are you doing everything to the T? Because if we don't have enough input, we don't have the right output. But this is the reality of how the funnel is, but it absolutely works, you know? Okay, this is huge, Ashley. All right, I just needed that for myself, and I think that helped a lot of people too. Perfect.
Yes. I see so Rick Lynette. I see Rick Lynette. Are you adding people? Are people adding prospects into Circle of Health that haven't purchased drops yet? Yes. Absolutely. If you have someone who wants more questions or hasn't ordered a box of drops, they're still on the fence. Circle of Health is a powerful group. It'll do a lot of the work for you. Okay. Where's Dr. Crystal's video? I can't see it. It's pinned at the top. If you don't see it, go under featured. All of the stuff that I just talked about is under featured. Sorry, I was just trying to go through some of the questions. I was backtracking up a little bit.
For sure. Absolutely. Okay, let me see. I'm reading the group now as well too. No, these are good. Okay. To be consistent.
The video that you send to convert to people is in boards. Here's the boards. Again, I just put the boards in there. That's the system of growth. That's what I update all the time with whatever we have going on from all of us. It's not just what Ashley Paulsen's doing. Literally, I update that boards from what's working in the field, and I get that from the IPA call. The scripts and everything never really change. If you don't see the video in boards, make sure you have the boards updated. Sometimes people ask about that. It's an app. So if you like just pull down from the top, like you would update something like update a normal app, you do the same thing with Partner Code Nation sometimes, or the Partner Co Share app. If you just pull from the top, it'll update it. If it doesn't, you might have to uninstall it and reinstall it again and just sign back on if you're not seeing the stuff that I'm talking about. No, the Partner Co app. Nope. So this is boards. So everything we've talked about is in boards, and I'll put that in there one more time.
Yep. And this is a good question too, because I'm now expecting, hey, if you're on this call on this Saturday, everyone here is going to be massive drop sellers. Like you guys are putting in the work. So I see Anita Simpkins in the post we made said this, okay, like what's your strategy for like tracking customers? Because I mean, 200 customers is a lot to deal with, right? And you're a busy woman coaching people to become superstar champions, you know? Yeah. So how do you track them? And also do you have a system for follow-up? Because like I get really confused and I feel like it takes a lot of time sometimes, but how do you handle that?
So everyone's different. But I am one, I have to write stuff down. Like I have it in my phone. I have it on a sticky note. I have it like, I have it all the places, but find a system that works for you. My biggest thing is every time someone purchases a box of drops, I literally put them in my notebook. Like I have a notebook with all the people. I write that they paid, what day they started the drops. Find a system that works for you, whether it's Excel, whether it's text reminders in your phone that you're following up. I also, and I'm not going to go super into this because I know some people like technology, some people don't. I use Trello, Trello.com. And I actually have a template in there. I'll put it in boards. If you go in there and create that, make sure and create a copy so you start putting your own people in there. But Trello is really, really nice because it's something online that you literally like, when someone purchases a box of drops from me, I put them in there with their name, and then I can literally click on their name and drag and drop if they're on week 1, if they're on week 2, if they're in week 3, if they've upgraded. Okay. I'll put that template in there, but if you use that board that I gave you, that template, make sure you create a copy, because if you just go in there and start putting your own stuff in there, everyone's going to be able to see your stuff. Okay. So go in there, create a copy. But it's really, really simple. So that's something that works for me. That might not work for Marilyn Randall. Okay. That might not work for Bill and Susan. Like, find a system that works for you. Not that I'm calling you guys out. It'll work for you, but find a system that works for you, because we're all different. Okay. But that box of drops, that's where you're sorting through the gold. So make sure you're following up with those people.
I have one final question. Looking here, or do you have a question there you want to answer?
Well, I was just going through some of the stuff on our Q&A post. Signing, when people can't afford it, right? There's sometimes we get caught up and it's like, I can't do 140, right? In the boards, there's a thing where you can set up Square for the 4 payments. That helps them do the 4 payments. Offer that. If they still can't do it, do a host a post. If you have someone who can't afford it, use your resources. What can you do to get a box of drops in that person's hand? Have them host a post, right? That's where that share 3, get yours for free comes in. Like, we use that verbiage for a reason, because people want free, because life's expensive, right? So have them do that host a post. Sorry, I was just trying to go back through a few of these Q&As a little bit. That was one of them, though, was people can't afford it. They can't upgrade. Social media launch, do the 7-day and then start just doing before and afters. Do what everyone else is doing. But I say that because do what everyone else is doing, because it's important when you're posting on social media that you keep it short and sweet. You're trying to grab their attention. You're trying to stop the scroll, right? I have over 3,000 friends on Facebook. Do you think I'm seeing all of their posts? No. Do you think I have time to go see all their posts? No. But if I see something, it stops me from scrolling, and I'm like, oh, what's this? What are these drops? What's James posting about? Right? They're short and sweet for a reason. So do what other people are doing. If you've already done the 7-day social media launch, go to someone who's having success posting on social media, because they're keeping it short and sweet and they're using boards and scripts.
So I love this. I have a last question here. This is a finding prospect. So, some people, their social media following isn't that big, or maybe their market is quote unquote tapped out, which it never really is, but they feel that way and they want to find more leads, want to find more contacts. What suggestions would you have for that person?
So you have
give it to me straight.
I know. I'm like, I know. You have on social media, you have to be consistent. You have to be. I've posted very frequently since July. I still have people on my social media asking for drops, because they maybe didn't see my other post. They maybe were busy at Tuesday at 3:00 when I did my post. They didn't see my last post. But if I'm consistent and I keep doing it, they're going to see my next post. Okay. Keep being consistent. Especially on social media. Another thing too, that I'm really just starting to get into myself is, especially local people, have an event. Have an event in your home. How many people are on boxes of drops? How many people have seen results? They're live people sitting in your living room when you get people together, right? We all like being together. Like, we all like having that community. We all like being together, but it's like, have a party at your home with all the people who have been on drops. Do a customer appreciation. Share with them that they can get it for 30% off. Guess what? I'm going to start doing this. I had my party last Thursday with Crystal when she was here. I'm having another party on Wednesday. Why? Because some people couldn't make it on Thursday. And if I'm consistent with what I'm doing, the people will come. If you're consistent on social media, the people will come. If you're consistent with hosting a party at your house, people will come. That's where you get the traction. That's where you get the movement. The more consistent you are, the more successful you'll be. Keep it simple. Keep it so simple. When you're at your home and you're like your home, keep it 30 minutes. People don't have an hour or 2 hours to be at your house. Okay. Keep it simple because they're going to do what you did.
So love that.
It's 9:01 here. Oh, I talked a lot. Sorry, James.
Oh, good. It was so good. I know we're at the top of the hour. Hey.
Yes. And I just am passionate, and I just like, it's one of those things where you start seeing success, your team will start seeing success. You'll start having people have success with the drops. You'll start having them upgrade. Like, it's such a passion to help people. When you turn this into helping people and not just making money, it's a totally different thing. You speak differently, you act differently. It's not how big can my business get? It's not why aren't people sharing this as a brand partner? How many more people can you help on a box of drops? Focus on the next person. Right? You have to just get that in your heart. And it's like, when you do that, it'll change. You'll change a gear. So get that in your heart. How many people can you help this week? How many boxes can you sell this week? It's not just for the retail profit. It's how many people can you help with their health this week? Set a goal. Okay. It's Saturday morning. How many people are you going to share from now until Friday? Set yourself a goal. If it's 2 boxes, share 2 boxes. That's 2 people who are on the box of drops. But set yourself a goal every single week. It might not be a 10-pack, and you have to be okay with starting somewhere, but you have to simply start. So, James, I love you.
I love you too. It's going full circle. And guys, you guys are the superstars we need right now. I'm about to go to Utah tomorrow because we're going to Partner Co. and there's a cool meeting, Partners Council meeting and stuff. And guys, if you're excited already with what's going on, it's a Saturday morning in November. We got 153 lines. Can you imagine what's going to happen 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now? I mean, this whole system, you started posting consistently since July. That's only been like 4 months or something. Imagine what's going to happen as we all grow together here. And I'm telling you, do exactly what Ashley is telling you and set that standard and set that goal and just watch, because the things, I just got to tease this out. The things that Partner Co is coming out with, we got some little details and some ideas of what's coming out. I'm just going to say that if you play this game right, get a bunch of customers, get really good at converting people to partners, get them good results on the product, you will be rewarded handsomely this winter time, and your Christmas is going to be completely different with you and your family. Instead of worrying about credit cards and paying for gifts, you're going to be like, how can I give more? You're going to wake up with checks that are crazier than you can ever imagine. You're going to have a big old smile on your face, and your family's going to be like, what got into you, Ashley? You're like, if only you knew. But it's what we do right now as we set up into this winter time. And I can't wait till we come back and we can share with you guys some more as well too. Guys, you're so awesome. Ashley, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. I got a lot from this for sure. Thanks for setting a standard in a bar. And thank you everybody for your time. Other than that, hey, if you had a great time, throw a 100 in the comments below. If you have any other questions, just let us know as well too. Have a blessed weekend and let's crush it. We are better together. All right, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.